Bully culture. We all know that bullies come in all forms. Online bullies, cyber bullies, physical bullies, the ones who will actually physically assault you or spit in your face or shout in your face. Relationship bullies, maybe a significant other who's trying to manipulate you in some capacity. Family bullies, these are the ones who may have narcissistic tendencies. Spiritual bullies, or the guru who wants you to think a certain way. Leadership bullies, people in power. Or you have the copycat bullies who yield to being a bully only when they find it appropriate or when it fits into their group setting or group think. So we've always had bullies. And for me personally, I've never been a bully, nor have I ever really been bullied, unless you count having an older brother. But I think it's worth talking about. Bully culture. What is it about survival of the fittest right now, where people are viewed as weak for not shouting, for not speaking up, for not engaging? And it seems like the loudest ones in the room are the most heard. But it's the quiet ones that you truly need to think about. The quiet ones who are not spitting in people's faces, who are not shouting, but they're more strategic. They're yin in their approach. They're waiting, they're in hibernation, maybe they're hermiting, maybe they're quiet. But you know what? They're not scared of their own silence. They're more strategic in their approach. They know that swapping spit with spit does absolutely nothing. Fire against fire. But they know that sometimes when you're more strategic in your approach, the pendulum will swing the other way. They may be reflecting on next steps, reflecting on why so many people feel the need to shout, why so many people are bullies, why so many people see bullies as powerful and strong, yet it's the quieter ones who know and see right through it. They see through the veil. They see that oftentimes somebody who's projecting is very insecure inside, and they feel the need to satisfy their ego by taking it out on people who they consider maybe a minority or less than, somebody who is vulnerable. They attack, makes them feel good. And maybe they get their way up front. We know people who shout, or the go-getters of the world get shit done. But maybe they're here to cause chaos, to be a sort of gatekeeper for those other people. Maybe for those other people, it's a lesson in how many times they can feel the brunt of somebody shouting or spitting in their face, of putting them down, and still stand in their power, still be strategic in their approach. See, we view water as this fluid. We think of it maybe as softer or weaker than something like hard wood or fire. That's very chaotic. It's very loud. It's very bright. But water is actually the strongest of them all. Like Bruce Lee, be like water. It can turn into a roaring ocean, or it can be calm like the sea. It can move around things. It can adapt. It can flow. See, people who are rigid in their approach, people who are hard, fast in their approach, people who just want to project out to others, there's no bendable nature there. There's no adaptability there. It's one way. And you know what it is about people like that? People like that are afraid of silence. They don't know what to do with it. They say, I cannot be silent because I don't know what is in this silence. If I'm always projecting outward, if I'm always focusing my attention out there instead of in here, then I don't have to deal with anything. I don't have to go deeper than what layer I'm at. Whereas people who are more reflective in their approach, maybe the quieter ones, the more strategic ones, the ninjas of this world who are in waiting, they're not weak. They're not scared. They're not timid. They might be hibernating, but they're ready when the time is right. They know that they have a connection to something more than just this topical layer. So this culture, we definitely feed off of a hyperactive state, attention seeking. We want to satisfy our ego. We miss out on being reflective, of having grace, of having patience, of having compassion a lot of times. Because we're used to it. It's easier that way. It's easier to put down somebody who's vulnerable, who maybe has holes in their aura, than it is to face silence, than it is to back away, than it is to realize that maybe we're not as confident as we project ourselves out to be. So when it comes to the bullies of the world, they've always been there. They just seem louder because we see them more, we see information more. But I want you to know that it is okay and it is amazing that you're not one of them. It is a true gift that you are not one of them. Maybe you were in your past, maybe you have been bullied, but what I want you to understand is that never think that you are weak and vulnerable for having grace, for having respect, for having dignity, for having compassion for other people, for being at a higher level than just putting other people down, for being at a level where you know when to back away, when to back down, and when to rise up. That's all I'm saying. So on that note, have a great day. We need you. Subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends if you would. Truly appreciate you watching, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.